Hey guys, just want to get a quick video here working on a Toyota door lock. Vehicle is a 2007 Prius. It's a push to start. He has his transmitter, the fob, to start the car. They lost the emergency key, so they're looking just for the door key. So he just wants a TR47, not the actual insert that goes inside the fob, because it broke and fell off. So it's going to replace it with a standard mechanical key, which is cool with us. As always, Toyotas, you got your key code on the door lock. If you've got a passenger door lock, it's on the passenger side. This one's an 07, no passenger door lock, just has the driver side. So Torx bolt, on the side there. T30 Torx bolt on the side of the door frame. Modular lock comes right on out, as we all know, and we do have a key code there. Let's see, you can't really see it in the video, but she's there, man. 66389. I wanted to make this video, not just going to put the key code in and cut the key. Let's actually take the time and take this one apart. So we'll go ahead and get to work on that. We'll show you how to take it apart. We'll adjust the camera here and let's get to work, man. Let's see, right there should be good. So we've got a C-clip on the back. C-clip comes off, spring comes off, and tailpiece, I think it stays on, but we also got to get this face cap off. So tools needed. Nice little screwdriver like that. Let's see, what else do we need in here? We need at least some needle nose pliers, so let's see if that'll get us going here. So like, this is what I do. A lot of Toyota Tacomas, Toyota Tundras don't even have a key code on the lock, so you have to end up taking it apart. Probably the easiest automotive lock to take apart. The majority of them are like this now, newer cars and whatnot. So there's our C-clip from the back. We'll pull that down, and here's a good thing to do, once you don't get until you get super familiar with taking apart your locks. Get you a Sharpie and just mark it down, man. Mark it down for all the pieces you're gonna take off. It sounds kind of weird, but in the long run, when you've got the phone ringing, people talking to you, and you can't remember how you took something off, especially when you're right in the middle of it, it's just good to leave yourself some marks. I used to snapshot pictures too before I would take one piece off. Snapshot a picture. So now here we go. We've got our spring. You just pry that out. The spring is only going to sit back on there one way. Again, that's why marks with the Sharpie help. Small mark of the Sharpie got there, so I know where that's going to line back up. Set your spring aside. So this tail piece does not come off. So we've got C-clip, spring, and we also need to remove our face cap. Let's see, I bet you it comes off this side. You can see it right there. That's where it clips in. Be gentle, these ones do break easily. Just trying to get it without breaking it. There we go. Just pried it up in there. Put some pressure, it comes right out. So that's 1, 2, 3 components that come off. Next one is our face cap. This one doesn't really have to be put back on in the exact same spot, but I'm just going to go ahead and mark it anyway. I like to make it look the way it was before, so just put a little mark on there. And then our face cap is our fourth component that needs to come off. Let's see. Go. Took quite a bit of pressure there, and then I just work my way up. Ow! Cool. Well, we got that off. Don't lose it. Luckily, it landed right here on the bench, but we got it. So, okay, now, and you can see, there's your dust cover. That's spring-loaded in there. You want to do what you can to avoid taking that off, because it is a pain to get back on. It's doable, but if we can avoid it, let's just go ahead and avoid it, because you get this off, it's a whole lot easier to put back on with 3 hands, so that's when it's a pain to put on. And then another thing, so I've got my marks here. The cylinder goes in one way or the other. It'll go in both ways, but you want to put it back in the exact way that you take it out. So that's where the Sharpie comes into play. Cylinder housing, set that aside. So, and here's our wafer positioning. As you can see, a couple of them sticking up. Some deep cuts to start, some shallower cuts in the back. Sorry, it's not focusing the way we want it, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cuts in this door key. It's a total of a 10 cut key. And I didn't even look it up, man. I think we've got, I think we've got 1 through 8 in the door. Just by looking at it, I can see the tip of my key in there. Looks like we could sneak in 2 extra cuts on the tip. But anyway, we'll just go ahead and pull those out. I'm gonna put my rag on it and I'm gonna lube it up. Kind of just makes it easier for me to get the wafers out and decode them. Cuts are reversed. There's another call up there. Just a second. Alright, Charles got it. So I like to lube it up. Again, see, trying to pull off the face cap or the thumb cover or dust cover. There we go. Keep that on there. Let's see. So we'll do it 2 ways. You know what? I'm going to say that. Here's one thing I get for not looking it up before I started taking it apart, and of course I'm using my phone to record, so I don't want to stop and look it up. But I'm going to go ahead and say that we've got 2 or 3 through 10 in the door cylinder here. So we will just go ahead and start with positions 3 through 10. So we're going to say that that's what's on our key here. And I'm pretty sure I'm right, but we'll see. Pull out our wafers, keep your fingers blocking it. So wafer number 1, get my marker ready. And try to put this here so you guys can kind of see the way I write it. This is just easier for me, the way that I write it. You don't have to, but let me show you how I do it. So the first one is a 2. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bastard. Let's make that better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So positions 1 and 2, I'm saying we don't have those, so I'm going to put an X there. Position number 3, first wafer I pulled out, read as a 2. So write down a 2, and then I'm going to skip 4 because you've got 3, 5, 7, and 9 on one side, because remember the cuts are staggered, and then on the other side I've got 4, 6, 8, and 10. So I'm going to read just one side first, go in every other position, all the odds, just so I don't have to flip the cylinder over in hand back and forth as I'm trying to decode it. That one is a 1. I don't think we'll be able to get that to focus on there to see the key, but they're stamped. You just got to look closely. So position 5 is showing me as a 1. Let's see, position 7 is a 3. 7 is a 3. Now we want to read position 9. 9 is a 3. And sometimes they're dirty, you just got to wipe them off a little bit. 9 is a 3. Now I'm going to flip it over, read all my evens. 4, 6, 8, and 10. Start with number 4 is a 3. So we've got a 3. And a 1. Number 8 is a 4. Number 10 is a 4. So, put my key link in there to secure it. Wafer that doesn't want to go down. There we go. Okay, so I am fairly confident that we have the correct positioning. So, let's see what's going to be the easiest way to show you guys this one. We'll pull this mat down. And this is just good to know, if, we don't have access to, codes and whatnot. No camera around. Alright, had to stop recording there to switch the camera around. But anyways, so we're missing 1 and 2. We've got 3, 4, or 3 through 10, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 4, 3, 4. So now, like I said, Toyota stamps their wafers, but they are stamped in reverse. By that, I mean, if we write 1, 2, 3, 4, and then directly underneath 4, 3, 2, 1. So a 1 is really a 4, 2 is really a 3, so on and so on. So first wafer we pulled out says it was a 2, so okay, it's really a 3. So I'm gonna write my 3. Next one was a 3, it's really a 2, and we're missing 1 and 2. Okay, this is starting with 3 and up, 3 through 10 right here. So that's 3, 4, 5 are marked as a 1. It's really a 4. 6, really a 4. 7 was a 3. That's really a 2. 8 was a 4. That's really a 1. 9 was a 3. That's really a 2. 10 was a 4. That's really a 1. So that is the actual bidding in reverse. That's just the way Toyota does it. Hyundai and Kia do the same as well. And a good way to tell, so here's our key. All right, and it's a no cut key. These are all not cut at all, so that means this is all ones. Number 1 on a Toyota is a no cut. So if I go down the line, I go all the way to my last one that I pulled, which is a 1. This is an easy way to tell. I go to position 10, which is right there in the back. Position 10, you see it's nice and flush. We read a 4, but it's in reverse, really a 1. So we know that our positioning is right. If that makes sense to you guys, it should. So position number 10 was a 1. Position 10 on the key, on a no-cut key, all 1s. Sits nice and flush. That tells me that that's a 1. You can see this one up here that my finger's touching, the biggest one. That's position 3, 4, 5, 6, which I'm going to say was a 4. So let's go 3, 4, 5, 6. That was a 4. So that tells me my positioning was right. So let's go. We'll put this in our cutter. 3, 2, 4, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1. So we don't have cuts 1 and 1 or 1 and 2. So 1, 1. I just leave them as a 1. Now I forgot my bidding. 3, 2, 4, 4. So starting in position 3, 3, 2, 4, 4. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 6, 6, 3, 8, 9. That pops up an active code. It'll leave the first ones as a 1 and a 1 because they don't use those at all on any lock in the vehicle. So since I've got our key code here, we'll just go ahead and double check, make sure we were right. 6, 6, 3, 8, 9, and 6, 6, 3, 8, 9. So we know it's going to work. So put load my key. We got an active code. I know what my bidding is. Side A and B. Side A, side B. TR47. Tip stop. Tip stop. We'll go ahead and cut. Cut. There's a rough key to cut. There we go. Let's hold it up to our picture. I like to do this. This is where you get good at decoding keys, but you can see it looks just like our picture there. And what do you know? Perfect cut key. That's how you do it. So just like that, man. Install this back into the cylinder housing. All right, guys. Sorry it's taking 3 videos here, but here's our good cut key. Got our cylinder housing. I'm not looking to make sure this is in the right way. I'm just looking to make sure that it turns, which should be from that way. There's my Sharpie. So you do have to make sure it's the right way in order for it to turn. There we go, she's turning. That's what we like. Got my Sharpie marks matching up with each other here. Let me see. So then I should be able to, well, which way does this bastard go? There we go. So just like that, I can pull out my key. Cylinder is in place. So now I just retrace the steps, man. I always start with my face cap. Put the face cap back on. Pinch it with your fingers. It slaps right in. We're right there on our original Sharpie mark. And then next piece was our, well, we'll do it in order. Next piece was the face cap that we removed. Goes on one way, clips in the back, and then you just pinch it down in front, and that's back on there. So now our spring, got a little Sharpie mark on the spring. This one's good to have like a 90-degree hook pick. 90-degree hook pick, and it kind of just makes it easier to, let's see if I can move that more. Just makes it easier, helps out pulling the springs back around. So you've got, if you look closely at it when it's in there, you've got one spring one end of the spring that sits down further than the other one. So like this side sits down a little bit, this end is up top. So I know that this end is gonna sit down there. And this is also a good reason to take pictures as we're going. So I put the bottom end as far as I can first. Then I'm gonna grab the other end of the top and just start pulling it over so I can lock it in some position. That's good enough. Our bottom one's going down, so we just gotta keep on keeping on, pull your spring around, and there we go. So it's almost on there. And there we go. It's all the way on. Sharpie marks are lining up. Here's that bottom piece. Kind of tough to see, but there's that bottom end of the spring right in there. There's your top right up there. So pretty straightforward on putting it back together. And then one more missing piece is our little C-clip here. Alright, you just pinch in there, put your retard strength on it, turns right over. Our key. Uh-oh, what'd I do? So my key works one way. Did I miscut the other side? Oh no, okay. Just a stupid Toyota, man. You gotta be rough with them sometimes. So there's that. Double check, triple check. Key turns. So there you have it, guys. The majority of your Toyota locks, modular lock, if it's a modular lock, that's exactly how you're gonna pull it down right there. So there's that, guys. Hope this video is useful. Any questions, hit me up. Thank you.